chapter. So like our nationals puts a lot of emphasis on leadership and making us like leaders. So here's like a short video that kind of portrays that.
Yeah. So we just wanted to show you
this
obviously, no, it's fine. We just wanted to show you this video because our organization is like from us and from our executive boards and from Alpha Phi International. They really place a lot of emphasis on us being leaders and empowering women.
As well.
What?
In the outside world as well.
Yeah. And so this is a video that they sent out to all the presidents, and they sent us out to the chapter, and it was just like a cool little video that we want to make sure that we're creating this environment. So. Yeah.
So like with the Alpha Phi Foundation, it does all these things for our health and things like that. But a lot of it does go back to our members and like just for like various like leadership activities and things like that. And if they're ever struggling, there's various grants and things that are available to our alumni, previous sisters. So it's pretty awesome.
So we really feel that we have improved over the past few years in leadership, but obviously there's always room for improvement. So 3 things that we outlined that we really want to make sure that we're doing, and actually we've really started, especially on the why, with our current president, Cassie Stewart, who's my little, sorry, raised my hair. So you want to talk about the first one?
Right. So recognition of leaders without a title. We realized that there were so many girls in our chapter that do things just because they want to do them, not because they're president or not because they're vice president of marketing or something.
Mm-hmm.
They do them because they want to be involved, they want to do things, and that's where like committees we're really starting to do this. We really hold our committee members to a really high level, and we really appreciate what they do, and we go out of our way to say thank you and help them feel like they're important, and we want to continue that. We don't want it to just feel like, oh, only the exec members are leaders, and we want everyone to realize that they're all leaders and that everyone here can be comfortable. Everyone in the chapter can be comfortable with doing things for our chapter and getting the recognition for it.
And so we do have we do have leaders like that, and we have a lot of members that will speak up and say their opinions, but we want to make sure that we're recognizing that. So the second thing, why, I put that as kind of ambiguous just because I feel that this is where leadership and ritual come into play. We want to be leaders in the community. We want to do a lot of things. We want to make sure that we're explaining why. Why are we doing this? Why do we have to transition? Why is it so important for us to make goals? And I know Cassie Stewart is putting a big emphasis on right now for 2015, but we want to continue that and making sure that we're having purpose with what we're doing.
We started these new things called Phi Talks, where it's like kind of like an intimate gathering each week where any member or members can come to the house and we have a discussion on either a social topic or something like that, or something having to do with Alpha Phi. And we usually take what we get from that and try to apply it within our chapter. And we've had like 3 so far, and it's been really effective. And then going back to what you said with reflection, like during Sisterhood Week and things like that, we have a lot of presentations and things to reflect on what we do and why we do it, and not just do these things, but meaning behind what we're doing.
And then finally, continuing progress with transparency. So this is sort of a goal that we've had over the past 3 years, because we had an issue a few years ago with, exec. We were having issues, but exec wouldn't explain them to the chapter. They would kind of just try to solve it themselves. And then last year, as president, I placed huge emphasis on making sure that the chapter knows everything that we're going through, explaining, sanctions or issues that we're having. And so everyone felt a lot better about, the transparency and the ethical leadership that we were trying to do, but we want to continue that process. And yeah.
I was a new member when Charlotte was president, and even as new members, she came out to one of our new member meetings and she told us about everything that our chapter had struggled with in the past, and just where we're trying to head, where we're trying to go. And even though it wasn't relevant at the time, we really respected that she came to us and told us, and it wasn't kept in the dark. So we really respected that.
And all of our executive meetings are open, even though no other members other than executive board members come to them. But so, and I know whatever, it's fine. But we still want to continue with this progress that we've been having. So. And we feel that this kind of goes in with chapter assessment. We're always, looking at where we've been, looking at where we can improve, even though I think we've really come a long way.
Right. And for the purpose, like Ashley said, ties with ritual, we really are trying to put an emphasis on making things, doing things and not basing them off of ritual, kind of having them be driven by ritual, throughout the whole process, and not just oh, we do this because it connects to this, but kind of taking that idea and spreading it across the whole event. So we think that we've achieved excellence in leadership. We've remembered by valuing our past that we look at previous goals and we try to improve on them. We look at where our chapter has been and where it's going. We understand through training conferences and workshops and officer transition, things like that. We apply with just the programming we do, purposeful contact we have with our advisors and chapter members, and just the community involvement we have on campus.
And then furthering down, we analyze and evaluate, we've been talking a lot about, how we're discussing, we're reflecting, we're goal setting, and then we feel that we've created a culture of leadership through programs that we have, First Watch Care, having that confidential group that you can go to, like we've talked about a lot, transparency, creating ways to raise awareness for our philanthropy, making sure people understand, why we raise money for this.
Just awareness for philanthropy, our new VP of marketing and our department, we're really trying to push for that, because we not only want us to realize that our philanthropy is really important, but also our community, and we realize it starts at home. So we started this fitness page where APs can post when they're working out, pictures of when they're working out, just various lifestyle habits and things like that. And we kind of want to in the future, we thought that we want to take this and make it a kind of campus campaign to become more fit. So we're working on that for just next year, things like that. So we're trying to work on a campaign where we can promote a healthier lifestyle, because that really plays an important part.
Those pictures that we post in the Alpha Phi Fitness Club, we've turned into a competition. We'll have third place, second place, first place pictures. Yesterday, today's Monday, right? Yesterday we had first place Kristen Mitchell. She was making this really epic face while she was working out. It was hilarious. I was well deserved. I got second place. So, and then finally, constantly seeking improvement. We feel that this, it creates a culture of leadership, because we see what we're doing, we see that we're doing well, but we also want to make sure that we're working on things all the time and continuing that progress. So
thank you for listening to our presentation. Do you have any questions? Chris, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I guess my question is, what one thing are you most proud of, or you feel most exemplifies culture of leadership in Alpha Phi?
For me personally, as a new member, when I was going through recruitment, and the people I was talking to, they all just seemed so motivated and leaders already. As I was talking to them, and that was one of the big things as to why I joined this chapter. And now that I'm in the chapter, I see so many older women who are not even exec members or anything. They do so much, not only for Alpha Phi, but everywhere, like on campus, and just like seniors getting on into all these like grad programs in schools, and like it really wants me to like become like them. And I feel like a lot of my new members, like, or a lot of my, well, we're not new members anymore, but our like my pledge class, we really like value our upperclassmen, and we feel that they're like very strong leaders. And so I really respect that.
Something that I guess I'm personally proud of is, so we talk about, we're creating this culture, and I think that it's working because we had so many sophomores apply, to be directors, to be on the executive board. And this has kind of been a thing that's happening over the past 3 years, that our younger members want to step up and they feel empowered. And since I was on the executive board last year, that means that, what I set out to do, and I wanted to create, I wanted to be a role model, be an approachable president, and I feel that I did that because so many members are stepping up and they feel empowered. So I guess that's why.
Yeah, also like I feel like our big little like relationships are very important in that, because like as a new member, your biggest kind of like the link between you as a new member and the chapter, and just like for me, my big, she's just a great role model in general, and she's just a great person. So I look up to her, and just having these people that you can look up to, and that's just something that we really like want to emphasize.
Yeah. Answer your question?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think, like if I walked into the Alpha Phi house, why do you think I would, or how do you think I would be able to look at everyone and be like, they're all leaders here? What do you think the environment of the house does for the leaders you're able to create?
Well, you'll find girls like randomly doing whatever in the house, like the other day, Cassie and Madison were like starting like this like dance workout routine randomly, like exercise videos, and everyone just started joining. So you'll see things like that where some girls start something or are doing something, and you'll just see like a bunch of girls that like join it. Like, or if someone's doing like homework down there, like 5 of the girls will come out of their rooms and do homework in the like dining area. So I don't know, it's just like the fact that people like want to be together and want to do things together. I think that promotes like the idea of leadership. Not even though it's like not directly leadership, it's just like the fact that I'm here doing this, and other people want to be with me to do this. I think that's.
So in my mind, when you were laying that out, I walked into the kitchen and I saw the diversity of our chapter, because I think if you walked in, I don't know, maybe not right now, because people are probably still sleeping, or in class, but you'll see people doing homework, you'll see people working out, you'll see people eating in the kitchen, and I just think that diversity and that, doing a lot of things kind of they just feel comfortable and they feel empowered to, be an Alpha Phi and do like whatever.
Yeah, like I won't feel shy doing whatever I wanted in the house. Like I know people, like it's a non-judgment free zone.
Yeah.
And like you can easily see that because they're both doing so many different kinds of things all throughout the house, and they're not stuck in their room all the time because they feel comfortable to be out there.
I know you guys have gone through like really, you said you're in your 3rd year of a 5-year strategic plan. So
Yes.
2 questions. A,
Sure.
how is the assessment of that strategic plan going? Like where do you think you are? How well do you think you are at hitting whatever marks were set out to be at the 3-year plan? But then also, over these 3 years, like what do you think have been some of your biggest lessons or your biggest changes in how you approach how to be an Alpha Phi, both on like a holistic chapter level, but also like individually?
Sure. So first, how's it going? I think, well, to be honest, it's going very well because we were in such a low point that, all we could do from there is improve. The president before me, Carrie Richardson, did a fantastic job in putting us in a position where we could improve in all different areas. So specific things that were on that 5-year plan that I think we've improved on is the things that we're still trying to improve on are transparency. What else? We set philanthropy goals. A large part of our 5-year plan was to revamp our A-Fitness, because Red Dress Gala is something that every Alpha Phi chapter across the nation, and we have 7 chapters in Canada now, that's why I keep saying international, if you're wondering. Everyone does a Red Dress Gala, and also everyone does like a smaller philanthropy event, but it was kind of hard to find our niche and what we were going to do with that smaller one. we used to do, we used to do like a 4-hour event where you could come and like do like Zumba and like yoga and everything, and basically who showed up? Alpha Phi's and their boyfriends that were made to go. And so we were like, we need to do something about this. And then last year we did the dodgeball event, and we actually had a lot of people come in from different organizations, and so that was something that we really improved on. Trying to think what else was on my 5-year plan.
I think mainly it was like just like officer transparency, because we struggled with that a lot, and we see so much improvement in that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think it's heading in a very positive direction.
Something else I know that was on our 5-year plan was to improve our relationship with the Greek Life Office. In addition to officer transparency with our members, we also needed to be transparent with our advisors in the Greek Life Office, because we weren't always the most honest people about what we were going through, and now me and Taylor are BFFs, and me and Ajax, and just like and Cassie, like everyone is really close to people in the Greek Life Office. We have a great relationship with them now, and we feel that we can go to them with a lot. And B was individuals and how we feel we're setting our goals.
What was has been the biggest transparency, the biggest change in how you approach being an Alpha Phi?
I think something that I've seen was when new members came in, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, it was kind of like the older members being like, hey, welcome to Alpha Phi, these are how things work, and this is what we're gonna do. And now it's kind of like, welcome to Alpha Phi, make your experience your own. This is awesome, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So I feel like it used to be sort of defined like this is who Alpha Phi is, we're this little box, and this is what you should do as an Alpha Phi, but now it's kind of like, you're an Alpha Phi, like that's,
Yeah.
like do what you will.
Yeah,
with
like
that.
here's
Like,
the box, do whatever you want with
yeah,
it.
and like people have taken that run. We have a lot of athletes that are members that come to chapter, and they they voice their opinion, but they're not very involved because they don't have time. We also have members that are on the executive board and do everything in their power with Alpha Phi, and then we have everything in between. So I feel like that sort of culture has changed as well.
Yeah, and like that all goes like that creates so much diversity. Like even with the MBTI assessment, there's so many different kinds of girls we have, and just like. But I feel like the one thing that brings us all together is that we're all like passionate about something. Like whether we Alpha Phi related or not, like we all have some kind of like drive, and like that brings us together. So,
Awesome, thank you.
Cool.
is that it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
guys.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Do you need this HDMI anymore, or should I give it back?
If you want to bring all of that back, that would be
Okay.
awesome.